What's this thing?
Links mal wieder aufpasst oder was? Kann einfach durchlaufen.
Wow, this place is beautiful.
Yeah. It must be some sort of rest and leisure area for the local.
You think? Man, these Renin sure know how to live it up, don't they?
It is something.
Before I went down to Dana, my friends and I, we used to gather at this very spot and play Avakir, Faria,
Ziehen waren
and
sie.
Tarnigan.
Tarnigan. He was the one that Faria mentioned, right?
He was once my dearest, closest friend. As well as Faria's betrothed. Despite Faria's lower-class upbringing, she possesses a tremendous talent for music. Entranced by her playing, I helped her overcome her sense of inferiority. It was a time of great joy.
A friendship based on mutual respect.
I suppose it's natural you would see it as strange.
I would have, once. Now, I think the idea of breaking away from society's constraints. Besides, it was that way of looking at the world that laid the foundations for coexistence in Menancia.
Your praise does me too great an honor. I was merely following the wishes of my own heart. And even then, it only lasted until the crown contest began. After that, Tarnigan and I became fierce competitors for the position of Lord. Tarnigan had fallen for Faria. By becoming Lord, he aimed to wrest her from her humble origins and raise her to the highest echelons of society. But fate was not so benevolent.
What happened?
Tarnigan was no match for me in combat. On a level playing field, he wouldn't have stood a chance. But he was desperate and low on options, and he couldn't stand the thought of defeat.
You mean he resorted to dirty tactics to try to win, right? But then why does Faria think... Wait, don't tell me she doesn't know.
How could I tell her? Combined with the trauma of losing her beloved, and by her friend's hand, no less, she would have been devastated.
So instead you let her go on hating you, so she could use that hate as a crutch for her grief?
That's not the same as running away, though.
It is exactly the same. Unable to face the loss of my friend and the burden of my duty. As for what happened after, that you already know.
But if you hadn't become Lord, Menancia wouldn't be what it is now.
Shionne's right. What other Lord would have treated me as you did? Anyone else and I would have been dead long ago. You've saved so many people, Dohalim. You saved me. It's thanks to you that I'm here today. So, try not to blame yourself.
Frank as always, but I shall do my best to heed your advice.
Do you think he'll be all right?
Yeah, I think so. He's got Kisara.
It's important to have someone like that.
I didn't realize how difficult it is just to be there for someone.
Sometimes just knowing someone's on your side can be enough. And he knows, Shionne. I promise he does.
I hope you're right.
Sicher. Wir haben beobachtet.
Yeah?
I never appreciated until recently just how much you were always there to support me.
It goes both ways. You've helped me keep going more times than I can count.
Maybe. But I still wanted to say... thank you.
I see a medic and supply officer over there. If they know you're with me, they'll likely offer their assistance.
Damn it. Lenegis soldiers.
Any way we can avoid fighting them?
That all depends on them. Whatever happens, be ready.
Na,
Well, so much for them not wanting to fight. Oh,
I am Lord Dohalim of Helden and I command you.
Threats to the city must be erased.
No. Have they been brainwashed too?
Brainwashed or not, if they want to fight, they got one.
Bloody howling! A chain between the Terminator. A wind
In a vine.
Swallow blade! Out of the
in here!
The enemy wields arts too.
You'll soon see about that!
I'm ready! In an instant! Impact block!
Far beyond the darkest sky! I always
Ready and ready! I can carve through armor! Dragon form! Swallow blade! Coming through! Ha! Mount! Scarlet Inferno! Dragon form!
Level 4 of Fizz. Dat is mijn level.
Those soldiers seem different from the citizens we've come across so far.
Yeah, they weren't big talkers, that's for sure. They just attacked without warning.
They weren't in the least bit fazed by Dohalim's presence either.
Indeed. They seem to recognize us as enemies. Nothing. And yet, traditionally, Lenegis hasn't been high on threats. A few frenzied Zeugles during experiments here and there, but not much else.
Their glazed-over eyes reminded me of the soldiers and slaves we met back in Ganath Haros.
I've never seen anything like that here on Lenegis before.
Maybe someone doesn't want us here, and the soldiers are their way of letting us know.
What with the Red Woman, the Sovereign, and Volron, we're starting to develop quite the growing list of adversaries.
Oj.
No choice. I see one, eh? Dragon form!
I can't let the hatred consume me! I'm ready!
Its armor's too strong. Split it open! Be my guest. Dragon form!
Leave them smelling to me.
Yeah! And the bubbling to me!
My deal form! Not today!
Take
this! I'm ready! Dragon form! In an instant! Impact block!
Far beyond the darkest sky!
Give it a whirl!
Far beyond the darkest
Swallow
sky!
blade!
Here's evil! See!
Dragon form!
Breeze Lancer!
Swallow blade! Execution! Fire support!
Mounted ammo in between heaven and earth!
Wat had voor some damage hebben?
Dragon form! Eat this! Dragon form! Support!
Crystal Spear! Happy meaning this one!
Swallow blade!
Magic is there! Burning! Too much to handle!
Dragon form!
I wonder if we can make new weapons with this.
Let's dispose of the trash.
Now you'll learn!
Can't get out of this!
Lightning Horn! Raging
I
Cascade!
won't show you any mercy!
This one's mine!
Dragon form!
Bloody Arctic Waterfall! In here!
The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
Kan we maar voor hier met even de schwächste zijn.
This one's got your name on it!
To action! Dragon form! Trifighter! Heal!
Far beyond the darkest sky! Here
Swallow
goes!
blade!
Not in your dreams!
Dragon form! An astral arts? Can you
That's like you!
Dragon form! Shut him down! Here like a deity! Divinity! Dragon form!
No dawn shall break this night.
Do it! A
In an instant! Impact block!
Lightning tiger blade! Am I on a roll or what?
Well, look who's in a bright and shiny mood.
Those soldiers don't seem to have any qualms about attacking on sight.
Right, here goes! Prepare to be sealed! See what I can Ignite!
Vies tankt weer.
As if the normal creepy crawlies aren't disgusting enough.
I owe you one.
Sorry,
I owe you one.
that helps.
I never miss! A chain between heaven and earth.
Dragon Force!
Annihilation!
Negative gate! Rending you away! Dragon Force! Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno!
A chain here! I'll face you! In your dreams!
Ha! Burn! Shine! Radiant light! Shattering every generation! Dragon Force!
Heal my weary companion.
Lightning orb! Raging cascade!
Stay away from my friend! Dragon Force! Slash! Swallow Blade! Try harder! Dragon Force! Dragon Force! Take this! You're mine! It's over! You're finished! No escape! Swallow Blade!
Om tank niet zo vroeg.
Charging us!
That's what my shield's for. Get behind me.
Got it! Leave it to you! Dragon Force! No further! Dragon Force! Swallow Blade!
Breath of life.
Here!
Heal my weary companion.
Dragon Force!
Forgive me.
You'll pay for that! Dragon Force! I'll smash you! Coming through! Ha! Melt! Scarlet Inferno!
I'll bring you back from death abyss.
Dragon Swarm!
Not in your dreams. Resuscitation.
Dragon
Lightning.
Swallow Blade!
Fury. Burning.
Swallow Blade! Try harder! Swallow Blade! The flame inside me yearns to be let free!
And burning. Came between heaven and earth.
Dragon Swarm!
I'm not. Ready to go. Sleep now. Far enough.
Dragon Swarm! Swallow Blade! Try harder! Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm! Air pressure! Dragon Swarm!
Breath of life. I'm ready. Kisara, all yours, Kisara.
Tjoe.
That took more energy than I expected.
I won't forgive you.
I'll bring him down!
That'll bring you down.
Swallow Blade!
They really don't give up, do they?
Engaging! Try harder! Swallow Blade! Release! This elusive Dragon Swarm! Eat this!
In a bind.
Swallow Blade! Dragon Swarm! Swallow Blade!
Dus moet leider weer ooit fallen. Weer ooit in weg is.
I'm ready. All yours, Kisara. Behold, the earth pulse. Tectonic vision.
Dragon Swarm!
Ready and quick. I'm ready. Blow them away. Reflect on thy my won't save you.
Magic is in.
I can feel my power growing!
Oder?
This must be it. The entrance to the Forbidden Zone.
But it's just a wall. How do we get through?
Whoa, we? I thought this was sovereigns only.
Alphen.
Easy.
Yes! It opened!
Interesting. If Alphen's presence still opens the way, it would seem the Sovereign of 3 centuries ago and now are considered one and the same.
What?
What the?
Alphen.
You again.
Tomorrow's the spirit channeling ceremony. We'll finally play our parts as the Sovereign and Maiden. How have you been feeling?
What am I sovereign of? Shuffled from lab to lab, always treated like an experiment. Whenever they look at me, all they see is a Danon. I don't even know what their precious ceremony's for, let alone what they're going to force me to do as the Sovereign. Tell me, if we're both in the same boat, why do you seem so calm right now?
No choice. Becoming the Maiden's not something I wanted for myself. But they said Rena's prosperity depended on it. How could I say no after that?
Still, as a Renan, at least you got to decide. Good for you. Meanwhile, I was taken from my homeland. You aren't the captive one here.
It isn't right what they did to you, and I'm sorry for what it's worth. When this is over, I swear I'll help you get home. I can't do this alone. One more day.
How could I say no to that? It's not like I have any choice in the matter anyway.
Endeavor.
So, what's your name?
It's Naori. Naori Imaris. Try to remember this time.
You don't act like them. Like the other Renans, I mean. How come you treat me like a person?
Because you are. It's true we come from different worlds. But neither one of us asked to be here right now. In that sense, you and I are much the same. We couldn't do this. We wouldn't be able to talk to each other as people if we didn't see the humanity in each other. So I suppose the question you should be asking is, why wouldn't I treat you like one?
You're not like the others.
Maybe they're not like me.
Here's what we'll do. We give them their damn ceremony. You get me to Dana. That'll be the end of it. I'm taking you at your word on this. I'm trusting you, not them. Naori.
What the hell just happened?
That vision. Did everyone else see it too?
That person Alphen was speaking to. She looked exactly like Shionne.
It was Naori. Naori Imaris. Isn't that right?
Yeah, that's right.
She really does look like Shionne. I'm beginning to see why Alphen was so confused.
That's all very well and fine, but what did we just witness exactly? It was too real to be a mere hallucination.
It was a conversation we had 300 years ago, the night before the ceremony.
You mean all of that really happened? We just saw an episode straight out of your past?
But how is that even possible? Unless... Could this be the Red Woman's handiwork too?
No, I don't think so.
Why not?
You guys didn't feel it? The moment the entrance opened, it was like a stream of Danon astral energy rushing over us.
I felt it too, and not for the first time either. It was the same sensation as back inside the wedge.
That would make sense. After all, vast amounts of Dana's astral energy were being siphoned and sent up here to Lenegis. For all we know, perhaps we're close to the spot where all that energy was stored.
So you think it might have been the energy itself that was responsible for that vision we just saw?
We have no way of knowing. Maybe it's not even as deliberate as all that.
Shionne, you okay?
Yeah, it was all just a little sudden, that's all. So that was my ancestor, huh? It was like looking into a mirror.
Yeah, there certainly is a resemblance.
What about you? How are you holding up?
Me?
Even putting aside the question of where that vision came from, it's likely we'll see more of those, reliving painful episodes from your past.
I can't just pretend like the past never happened. Besides, if it helps us uncover the truth of what that ceremony really was...
Alphen.
That's not all. This whole time, we've been fighting to free Dana from the Renans. But now that we're here, it seems those same Renans might have it just as bad. I'd like to liberate them too, if I can. Which is just another reason I can't afford to shield my eyes from the truth.
Whether you're on Dana or somewhere else, you always stay the same. Your indignation and righteous passion, your desire to free and protect, they're all hardwired into you. Not that I'm complaining. Come on, let's bust this thing wide open.
Nobody's here.
Stay sharp. After that last illusion,